welcome back to the Trusted Car Products YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Ring Automotive RTC1000 Tyre Inflator. Having previously owned the Ring Automotive RAC630, which has been excellent for many years, however it finally gave out when the plastic valve snapped in half. Which I also noticed that this the RTC1000 comes with a metal valve, so hopefully eliminating that weak point. So what I'm going to do now is just do a quick unboxing so we can see what's in the box, and then we'll get it on test. Okay, so let's just have a look around the box first. You can see on the front it shows you a number of features that the Tyre Inflator has. So the first one is that it's 2 minutes from flat, it's got a light. It has a deflator valve, comes with a storage case, and has a wind-up cord, which we'll show you in a minute. Side, we've got some specifications for the pump, and then on the back we have diagram of the pump and all the different features, which we'll show you when we get inside the box. Right, so let's open it up and see what's inside. Right, so it's tightly packaged. Okay, so let's move the box out of the way and the silica gel out of the way. So on top we've got some instructions and information about the pump, and then we've got the main pump, which is in a protective case, which is always nice to have. So let's have a look inside the case. Okay, so in here we've got some valve caps and a spare fuse. We also have a pair of gloves, which I guess is always useful when you're dealing with dirty wheels. So let's get the actual pump out of the case to have a closer look. Right, so first impressions, it's got some weight behind it. It certainly makes it feel like it's a quality product. You've got the LCD screen, which is used for not only reading the current pressure, but also setting the desired pressure. You have a light button here. The light button is, let's just find it, it's on the right hand side here, as you can see. And then you have one big power button there, which is used to start the pump. On the side, you've got the hose with the connector on the end to connect up to your tyres. And then looking at the back of the pump, it comes with a few adapters. So you've got an adapter for kind of a football and maybe a blow-up bed, and they clip on the back here. And then you've got your 12-volt plug, which is actually on a reel. So once you've finished with it, you can lift up this flap here and wind it back in. So flipping it back around to the front, what it does actually have, and I've read in the instructions, is that it has a small indent where you can put your valve cap covers. It's not a necessary thing, but it's nice to have. I still feel like I'd probably lose them anyway, because I normally do. So before we take it outside, let's run through some of the features. So it claims to be able to inflate a 13-inch tyre from 0 psi to 35 psi in just 2 minutes, which I guess is good if you've got a 13-inch tyre. I imagine most people have larger tyres than that, but it still shows that it's quite a quick pump. You've got the main backlit LED screen for showing not only the current pressure, but also your desired pressure. There's a 3.5 meter long power cable and a 70 centimeter air hose cable. So that the 3.5 meter power cable is actually pretty useful, I imagine, for if you've got a trailer or a caravan. It means you can still use the power from the vehicle. And then you've got the light on the right hand side, which you've seen already. So let's get it outside and let's see how it performs. Right, so firstly apologise for the filthy car. It is yet to be cleaned. It will be cleaned soon. So wearing my gloves that actually came with the pump, you can see you've got the LCD screen there. which is currently showing 0 psi. So let's just get it connected up using the connector here. Take off my valve cap, put it in the little holder it's got. Screw it on. Now, as you can see, it takes a few seconds for it to read the correct PSI, but as you can see there, it's reading at 31.5. I've let a bit of air out of it just so we can see, and then you can change the target by turning the wheel there. As you can see, I'm going to put it back to 35 because that's my desired target. And then when we're ready to go, we press the big power button, and that's it, it's off. So after around 20-30 seconds, you can see that it's now reading 35, which is my desired pressure. And just to show you, that's the light. It's daylight, so you can't see it too well, but it's much better in the dark. So let's just take the pump off the tyre. As you can see, it's also got this button here which is used to let air out of the tyre, which is useful if you put too much in. So let me just put the cap back on. Right, so you put the hose back in like this. You can see it winds in there. It can be a bit fiddly, but it does go in there kind of neatly once you get it in the right way. There you go. And then I've just unplugged the power cable so I can show you the reel. So as you can see, you lift up this flap here and you just keep turning, and that's winding in the cable. If you've taken the cable out quite far, it does take a little while, but it's a lot easier than trying to wind it round 2 bits of plastic like we do with a lot of us. So we actually found it quite useful. And it's got caught under the camera, and there you go. Just clip the actual power plug back in, and then we can put it back in the case. All done. Right, so what are our overall thoughts? We like all Ring Automotive products. They always seem to be good quality. They all do what they should do, and they all do it well. And I don't think this is an exception. It's another good pump from Ring Automotive. It does exactly what it needs to do. It's easy to set a desired pressure and see what the pressure is currently. And as we said at the start of the video, we had an older Ring pump prior to this one, and that had a plastic hose connector on it, whereas this time it's a metal hose connector, which I think is definitely got to be an improvement, and will hopefully certainly last even longer than our previous one did. And then its claims to pump up a tyre from flat to 35 psi in 2 minutes is good, and it probably is correct from what we've seen. It certainly pumped our tyre up about 5 psi pretty quickly, and that was a 19-inch wheel. I think in most cases people will be on their driveway if they are pumping up the tyres anyway, but should for whatever reason you need to pump up at the side of the road, it's nice to get it done quickly. And the fact that the pump comes with a case as well is a bonus. There's nothing worse than it getting knocked around in your boot. It's nice to have it in a protective case. And we're really struggling to find negatives with this pump. I think the only thing that is a slight negative is that sometimes when you remove the pump, we found that the pressure can drop very slightly, but I think that's the same with most pumps. They don't, especially as you're unscrewing the connector, sometimes you do let a little bit of air out and it can drop slightly, but that is really nitpicking. As we say, it does everything well. Thank you for watching this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more product reviews. We'll see you again soon.